It's your favorite time again. You and I are going to be doom scrolling Twitteroonies, LibertySwap Finance from Pulse Chain. Fuck the bears. Small caps pumping bring hope and attention. Big caps will follow. We will bid this entire ecosystem to Valhalla. Speaking about Pulsey McPulse Chain and these other small caps out here. Unfortunately, that Pulse Chain has literally been doing nothing. It's been very disappointing for everyone out here. Still, everyday disappointment, 4 years, but remember, we are in a PMI 49 environment. We've been in a below 50 environment for 35 months in a row. Below 50. Okay. The alt seasons of 2013, 2017, and 2021 occurred when the PMI was above 52. Okay. They were actually between 55 and 60. But, you know, 52 was like the critical point. Once you start accelerating above that, when we start to get nice alt season stuff out here. Root, I realized the other day that the reason I might not have a gay friend is because I protect my time at all costs. So when someone gets too close and I feel it threatens my time spent related to crypto, I will push them away. I guess I like my freedom. So a bit of interpersonal, some advice coming out here. So Root friends, I've got to remind you, I just got to tell you this, okay? In 2022, Terra Luna went to 0. He was like in love with the ecosystem. After it went to 0 and everyone lost all their money, and we literally saw reports of people, unfortunately, jumping out of a building. Somebody in Korea, I think, did jump out of a building and ended their own life. Very, very heartbreaking. Root made a like within 2 to 3 days, you know, of the collapse, said, hey, I got a confession to make. I'm really sorry, but I actually sold before the collapse and I never told you. I just been reporting on the ecosystem because I wanted your engagement. Yeah, so, you know, that's the sad part, friends, because everyone's yelling Ponzi, 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 and he's saying, don't worry, nah, it's fine. But he had actually sold. He sold, and he protected his, like, you know, $2 million or whatever. He didn't tell anybody. So, you know, I know maybe if he's listening to this, yeah, bro, yeah, it's been 4 years or whatever, but I honestly, I don't give a shit. I care about the 99% of people who don't have $2 million to lose, by the way, who have come in and maybe, like, you know, maybe they don't have that, but yeah, they got a lot less dollar signs, but I don't want them to have to go through the lesson. Just to tell you, friends, that's why you always hear me say, dude, a lot of these crypto KOLs, friends, totally full of shit. Totally full of crap. They're just voices out there in the internet, friends, that they don't get their feet held to the fire enough. And when they do, the crowd forgets. All right? That's why I'm here to help you. But I also tell you, hey, man, I'm in stuff that can go to 0. It's you. I don't make any apologies. Sorry for what? I'll cop it hard too. You know, I wanted to go up more than anybody else. So, you know, we'll see how it works out. Here's Carly. What dog he's shilling today. Carly, sorry for all the tweets about a 300k market cap coin, but whatever. Here's why I bought it. There's a coin called 4 at 150 million market cap. Oh, gosh. Okay, so I guess CZ, there's a meme coin on Binance, just 4. And there is a new meme launchpad competing with Pump Fund called 4 Meme. Oh, gosh. Are we doing this? Come on, bro. Come on. You understand, bro, there are no new buyers for you guys to scam. These ideas are trash. Firstly, they're trash when you do have new buyers. They were trash from day one because you don't even care about giving value to people at all. You just want to supply tokens to them. Basically what you're doing is you're opening a casino. You're like, hey, I can do anything with my life. I know what I'll do. I will extract from people. I'll open up a casino. I'll find ways to just introduce more games at the casino for them. Look, and that's completely... Some people just live their life like that, friends. They're more pathological. They have less empathy. They don't care. They just see humans as rats themselves, and everybody is expendable. Okay, I don't live my life like that, dude. That's not me. I don't care about that, right? When I see people, I see a soul. I see a family. I see another human. That's what I do. You know what I mean? I don't see like, oh, here's another wallet for me to go pick the pocket and money out of, right? So I don't even. Yeah. That's all pump fund stuff and everything out here. That's what pretty much. That's what the whole. Look, and there is a target market for that. It is, you know, but when you don't even have new buyers to scam people. You know what I mean? And Friends, I hope you funny. Every time Carla appears on my timeline, I always remind you, but like if this, friends, if we get a moonshot by the end of this, you get to see these people just like totally missing the whole beat of what we've been covering here. Here we have Mr. Coexistence Stephen. 6 days. What's been your favorite pDAI moment in history? Was it your friend Somi discount pDAI? Was it decentralized me? Awesome. So I think we're having the pDAI conference, friends, on October 10th. I think I open with it. I think I have a busy weekend as well. I'll see. I'll try to do my best. Here you have Vlad the Impaler. I think he's a Bitcoin Maxi. So Vlad, friends, he's a Bitcoin Maxi, but he started having these, like, he started questioning his faith because he started to like admit to himself that stablecoins have a use case. So he's been like, well, you know, Tether has a use case. We can't deny it. That's friends. Everyone's just starting to turn, and then that's from Bitcoin Maxi camp. It's like you're turning to sin. It's kind of like if you're like in those really evangelical households, no TV or nothing out here, and then you find out, like, you know, one of the 13-year-old boys, maybe he's like got a comic book, and he's got maybe Spider-Man comic book or something. And then the like the 1950s mother, she's like, oh no, this is like terrors and demons and devils, and the child will be full of sin shortly, you know. And then that's the gateway, just looking at a little Spider-Man comic book, because you're not allowed. That's like, you know, the work of the devil. That's what's happening. We're watching it in real time. Vlad, Ethereum was initially planned as a Bitcoin protocol. In 2017, while Bitcoiners were fighting, it became the de facto number 2 coin. ZeCash was supposed to be a Bitcoin soft fork to make it fungible. In 2025, while Bitcoiners are fighting, it's going to be a top 10 coin. So, whoa, he's like talking about ZeCash. Friends, ZeCash is trash. It's Bitcoin with privacy, okay? But if you're holding ZeCash, you can do what you want. I'll just tell you this, okay? And don't let any of my silly logic ruin the fun for anyone. But I'll just tell you something, okay? People don't hold Bitcoin because of its tech. People hold Bitcoin because it is basically the Bible of the crypto industry. It's Genesis crypto, number 1. You have a Satoshi story. It's like a divine intervention, a divine being with it as well. Friends, if you notice all the Bitcoin, the layer 2s and the upgrades, they call them things like covenant and runes and ordinals. They use like these ancient words, like you're digging up an archaeological site, something that like lasts for like from ancient times. So, you know, being the first mover is a very big advantage, right? So it doesn't matter what you can, like, friends, you could literally fork Bitcoin, try to add your own smart contracts and your privacy. No one's using it. Literally no one's using it, because when they're in Bitcoin, it's that savings part. They don't need it to do anything else. You know. But, you know, we'll see how the community and everything grows along the way. Hopefully, we do get alt season to pump out later. Remember, Bitcoin, friends, it's a believer's coin, right? Like, it's the only thing that pumps in a bear market in crypto industry. I asked, 4 billionaires called me up today. They're all buying long-dated options on crypto treasury companies. So I don't know if he's joking or not. Long-dated options on crypto treasury companies. So I hope he's joking. I'm not sure about that. But yeah, when it comes to these crypto treasury companies, them just accumulating the coins. Okay, and then what? What do you do with them? You're basically accumulating land, and you're all speculating that you're going to have the most expensive land in the future. But yeah, I don't think we've seen the end of it. We'll see. ASTER is crashing after rumors it paid 6 to 7 figures undisclosed deals to KOLs. Is it over? This is from $2.25 to $2.08. Bro, it's not even like 6%. Wow, like 6%. It's crashing out here. But yeah, friends, it's very likely they did make a deal with, I'm checking the comments, nothing useful there. They did give money to James Wynn. James Wynn, I think at his peak, Bybit offered him something like, this is crazy, friends. They offered him $100,000 a month, I think, right? For like a year if he signed up with them. But that was when he had $100 million P&L. Yeah. I think it was 100,000 a month, or maybe 50,000 a month, right? That was when he literally had a freaking $100 million P&L. And then he basically said, screw you, I'm here to win. And then the $100 million went all the way down. It's funny, went all the way back down to 13. He got out. So he actually had turned, friends, his 3.5 million into... I think he started to 13. I think I remember. He started with 13, I think 8 or 13, and then maybe he was up to like, 28 million or something. So he actually took out a loss there from the top, but he was still up. He's like, I've made 14, 15 million. But then, literally, the funniest thing, man, like literally 8 hours later, he couldn't help himself. He just started trading again. And that's when he dwindled it all to zero. And then he actually messaged Bybit, hey, do you still have the $100,000 deal? And they're like, no, you've lost your status there. But it's just, and that's why crypto KOLs like him, I guess he's got him, Binance is probably giving him a deal just to sign up to ASTER. This is funny. So this is Ethereum running away, friends, running away from the bull market. Oh my god, it is actually Vitalik, friends. It's not, I know we like say it's actually Vitalik in the hotel lobby. ETH starts ripping. Man, I hope the ETH Foundation doesn't rush to sell the ETH Foundation. Oh man, they're just psychologically, the pain of dumping just hurts so more because we've just been going nowhere. Here we have some news from China. China's official gold holdings surpassed 2,300 tons. So they might have even more gold that they're undisclosed. Remember, if you hold gold, you're exiting the financial system. Gold is still very, very, very cheap compared to the S&P 500, but you never know. I don't know why. I just feel like we're going to have a big crash in 1929, 100-year anniversary, 2029. So we'll see. So this is actually a true story as well. So Rektober, a guy on Twitter, he ran up a $1.1 million account. I think he put 50K in and he ran it up to $1.1 million, but he just got liquidated. He just lost everything. He literally zeroed himself out. So this was on September 29. Mr. Frog congratulating Rektober on it. But, yeah, he goes, man. Yeah, so that's actually what happened. I've got the screenshots, another screen. So Rektober, yeah, he lost it all. I'm not sure. Oh, man, it's just aggressive. It kind of shows you if you could, like, lose a million, like, so fast from trading, it means many other times he should have taken his loss, but he didn't. He might have averaged and, like, he maybe cut and reverse, whatever it is, like he didn't do that. So what you should be doing is, that's why, friends, it's best to play a whole cycle. Best to play a whole cycle. You don't have to change your mind 50,000 times, right? But for someone trading, okay, so this is the previous monthly high and low, okay, right here. So let's say Bitcoin does charge up here. So what we're going to have is a lot of people are going to get short. They will get short, okay? What you should do is maybe you wait, it comes up here and maybe it stalls for a bit and then they'll probably put on their short, okay? So they'll put a short here and their stop is maybe up here, so they're risking like $1,000 and they're probably going to try and make, 3 or 5, whatever. That's pretty good, right? The thing is though, what people usually do is, friends, so they will, if they get stopped, that's what people will do. So what happens is, as the market moves up, maybe they just don't want to move their stop. They don't want to put their stop anymore, so they just move it up higher. And now, because it moves and it starts accelerating, they're like, crap, man, I was meant to lose, maybe that guy was meant to lose 100K on one trade, right? Maybe he's aggressive, but now he's down like 280,000. He's like, crap, I don't want to take a $280,000 hit. So this is where things get nasty. He's sitting here, he's either going to add or he's going to move his stop out again. And yeah, that's why at the very, very ends of moves, you get these big finishes. But as you can see, friends, Mr. Rektober, look how he lost his money. Look what Bitcoin just did. Look what it literally just did. It went up here, it hit these levels, and it didn't even, look at this, it just literally went through a hot knife through butter. You see that? A hot knife through butter. It didn't even come back for a retest. It just went up and went up, bang, and it just exploded up here, just liquidated him. All the way up there, straight, bang. You see, that's why it's very important when you're trading. You really have to have discipline and you only play the area once. If you keep playing the same area multiple times, you get destroyed. That's why it's better what to do actually with just maybe trade another large cap altcoin to do that. But that's, you see, friends, like the thing is, man, like he lost $1 million. You see what I mean? Like it's like water. right? That's why over the long run, if you're holding and you can't get forced out, you crush them. You absolutely crush them because they have to hope that in year 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, that they don't have a disciplinary slip up and that their edge is still viable. All right, they have to hope that. And statistically, very, very, very low odds. 1 in 100, literally 1 in 100 of the guys winning. Yeah, friends, they've done hedge funds. They've already done tests on this from the literally these tests. What I'm about to tell you, they're literally 20 to 30 years old. Okay, I've been knowing about these since like university days and stuff like. They got hedge funds that they're big day traders, right? So hedge funds, we just say hedge fund, but they're really they swing trading. They have like 5 to 7 positions. They're swing trading month to month and stuff out here. So what they did is they went through like this 30-year period. They found amazing hedge fund guys who were like smashing it. 80% returns per year or whatever for 5 years. And then what they would do is they would then track them to see how they went from year 6 to year 10. And they want to see, do they outperform the stock market? Not their old record. Do they just outperform the S&P 500 in the next 5 years? So from year 0 to 5, you do amazing. Okay, but in the next 5 years, do you outperform the S&P 500? Guess what? Out of 100 hedge fund guys, only literally 1 or 2 were able to outperform the S&P 500. Yeah. It literally, yeah, that's how wild. Yeah. So by year 10, yeah, they're back to mean reverting. So actually what ends up happening is if you could actually draw a line, right? Let's say this is the S&P 500 line over time. There are these periods of time where people like, they're outperforming it. They're outperforming the S&P 500, okay? But this is year 0 and then year 5. And then when you get to year 10, literally 90% were near like that. They're literally underperforming, right? There's a very few guys who consistently outperform. They're in hedge fund wizards. They're in the trading wizards, the Bible books, okay? And one of it, and what you'll notice as well, they don't scale. These people don't scale. So like a guy who's trading with a $100,000 account, maybe like every year he 4x's his account every year, but at the end of the year he just goes back to 100K on the futures. Yeah, that's one of the guys that I think they do. Yeah, this guy does not compound to like a $50 million account and does that, right? He just trades his whole 1 and 2 lots. So as you can see, friends, long-term holding for 99% of people is the way to go. You can't get forced out and you don't have to worry in year. Friends, these people, they don't know about worries. They don't know like, dude, you're going to be like washed out like crap though in like 5 or 10 years. There's a 99% chance like that. Then you have nothing, you see? So you and I, we're still on the right path. People are cheating everywhere. We're going to make it though. Like, subscribe, belly button, or catch you in the next one.